How's it going, guys? My name is Eclipse, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you an in-depth Speedart tutorial. So guys, for this tutorial you're going to need a few files. I've got mine imported in, and I'm going to just be quickly running through the files that you will need for this tutorial. First thing you need is your Speedart, the clip that you recorded of you doing the design, whatever it may be. It could be a thumbnail, could be a banner, could be a Twitter header, could be any of those things. I just got the thumbnail of the video. I just recorded a part of me doing that, so it's only like 5 minutes long, so I'll just as an example for this tutorial. The next thing you're gonna need is a song to put the Speedart over, because you know what's a good Speedart if there is no music. The next thing you're gonna need is a thumbnail, or the finished product of your Speedart. And this is because you want to, either before or after the design, you just want to like showcase what the design looks like, so people just get an idea of what you've created. The other things you'll need is the black bars, which gives it like a film effect. It's really useful just to making it look that much more professional. And then the other two things are just optional. You can have your outro, your end screen card, you can put that at the end, and you can have your intro if you have one. You put that at the start. Just good for branding purposes. If you have an intro, like, you may as well put it in so people know it's you, like your channel and what your channel's about. But once you've imported all of them, all those files in, we can start editing the Speedart. So the first thing we're going to be doing for our tutorial is putting your intro in if you have one. So you just want to select your intro from the project contents, and you just want to drag it in to the timeline. And here, we're just gonna delete the audio from the intro because we're gonna add our own song to it. So we're just gonna click on the V1, which deselects that track, and we will hit delete after right-clicking on the audio. And once we've done that, that will give us our intro. This is my intro that you've probably seen a million times by now. The next thing we want to add is our thumbnail, which will be the finished product. And obviously, because I did a Speedart off the thumbnail, this is just the thumbnail for the video. You can see that it starts at 6 seconds and 15 frames, and so we're going to make this around about 5 to 6 seconds long, which should be an alright length for people to view the finished product, but you can make yours longer or shorter if you want to. Then once you have that in, you can add your music. For now, this is all we're going to do. So we're going to add in our music because it's got the video to it. We need to delete the video track. So deselect the audio track by clicking over here on the A1, which is connected to the A2, and then right click on the video track and hit delete. Now that you've got that, you can drag it over to the start of the timeline. Now, because the start of the song's a bit boring, I'm just going to cut off the start of the song, and to make sure we're not cutting off the video track, we just want to deselect that, and we will mark the selection we want to delete, and then we can delete the marked section. Now this will start the song from, like, not the drop, but where it gets a bit, like, good. So that's how it is, and we can edit that in the audio when we've put in the rest of our video clips and stuff. So the next clip we're going to put in is the thumbnail Speedart, or whatever your Speedart is. And for this, we're just going to, hold on, let me fix this. For this, we're just going to put it in, and we want to delete the audio for this, making sure that we're not covering the audio that we already have, because that will delete it as well. So deselect the video track and select the thumbnail Speedart and hit delete. And now this is your Speedart. As you notice, it's a bit long, but that's okay, because we're going to shorten it up. And to speed it up, what you want to do is right click on the video clip, then you want to hit speed. And here you have preset options to change it to. You have your recent options to change to as well, or you can manually input a speed. I like doing 600%. This speeds it up to a good size, and you want to resize. Is, in my opinion, is the best way to speed it up. When you have done that, do it, and that will speed up the clip for you. So now our total Speedart is only 56 seconds. Like I said, this is just a tutorial, so yours will be like a lot longer than this. And then the last clip we're going to add for now is our channel intro, and we'll put this for maybe about a few seconds. So we'll just for the example, so I'll just put it here, put the marker here, and then we'll select our end marker, and we'll select our out marker, making sure we've selected the whole song, and we're just going to delete this part of it, and now this will be the end of our speed art. And then we can start adding our effects to our thumbnail, to our speed art. So it is at this point where we can add our effects to our speed art by going to the VFX tab, and we can add our first effect to our speed art. So what we want to do is we just want to go to add, and then we want to make sure in DVE and select 3D DVE, and this will automatically put our marker at the start of the video clip. And so what we're going to do here is just add some rotation, some like small bit of rotation. Now first thing you want to do is you want to make sure keyframes are on for the Z rotation axis, and the Z rotation axis is just like the basic rotation. So when you put keyframes on, you can start adding your rotation. So you want to make sure the first keyframe, which is the starting point of your clip, is at 0 degrees, because it's going to be the starting point. Then you want to add a second keyframe, and where you add it is up to you. You can add it like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and the duration that you added for will mean the rotation is slower. So if you put it at 10 seconds and you do the same degree of angle than you would at 5 seconds, the rotation to 10 seconds will take longer and the rotation will be slower. So, I know that sounds a bit complicated, but let me just demonstrate what I mean. So I'm just going to do 5 seconds. So we're on 11 seconds right now at the start of the clip. So I'll find around about 16 seconds and I will go here. And this is where we'll add our first keyframe, just by simply changing the rotation to 2 degrees. And this will rotate it just slightly. And then we'll add our next keyframe, which will be at 21 degrees. Another 5 seconds along. And this one will be back to 0 degrees. And then once again, we'll keep going up every 5 seconds, changing it to 2 degrees. 2 degrees, in my opinion, is the best rotation, because if it's rotating like all around the screen, you know, it doesn't look that professional. Just a slight rotation, which makes it look good. And then we'll go back to 0 seconds. And I'm not going to do the whole clip. This is just to give you an example. So let's just see what this looks like. So as you can see, the rotation is a bit slow. I mean, like, that's how you want it. You want it slow. But as you can see, you get these black edges on your clip when you rotate it. And now to fix this, we're adding another effect. So we're going to go back to add after right clicking and add a 2D DVE. And now what we want to do here is we just want to go to scale and master scale. We want to make sure we don't have keyframes checked, because we want to add this to the entire clip. And we're just going to change the value of this to 1.05. And as you can see, it just increases the size a little bit without cropping off your workspace. So if we look at it now, that's much better. And once we've done that, that is the basic effects for the rotation. And next we're going to add our black bars to our thumbnail. So now we're going to add the black bars to our speed art. And for this we want to go back to the edit tab. And here, when it loads, we just want to add a video track, and we're going to put the black bars above every track. So we're going to go to add multiple, and then we're going to add a video. Number to add is just 1, and we're just going to add it before the V1. So this will make the new track the V1 track, and the old track will be the V2 track. And here we can put in our black bars, and I'm not going to put it on the intro. I'm just going to put it on the thumbnail and the speed art. So from here, I'm just gonna slot it into place right there, and this will import the thing. So now we want to make sure it's stretching for our whole video. So we're just gonna deselect the audio and the video track, so that we're only editing this track when we do it. And you just want to click on the end and drag it along to wherever you want your clip to end. We'll just do it about a bit past the edge, so that we can just trim like one frame off the edge of the clip. We'll just do that by selecting the in and out markers, and then selecting the delete the marks section. And now the black bars are on our clip. But as you can see, it's got the white background, and the bars probably look a bit big, but that's a simple fix. And to do that, we're just going to go into our VFX and add an effect. Here, you want to add a 2D DVE to the black bars, and this will not only this will allow us to scale up our video. So from here, we just want to scale it up to maybe 1.3, like roughly, which will give the size, like, make it less noticeable. And that's probably the perfect size, in my opinion, is 1.33 to make it. To get these black bars, by the way, you just need to search them up on Google, or you can create them yourself in Photoshop or GIMP or any free photo editor that you'd like. It's super easy to make. But as you can see, the DVE also removed the white background, so now that when we play our video clip, you can see that the black bars are there with the rotation, and you can't see any white, and that is pretty much perfect. Now all we need to do is edit the audio and add in a few fades. Now, since the only audio we have to worry about is the music in our video clip, that's all we need to edit. So we're just gonna zoom in a bit, and we're gonna, like, the only effect that we're gonna add to our audio is the fade in and the fade out, so that when it starts it's not so glaringly loud. So we're just gonna bring our cursor to the start of the clip, and maybe about 1 second in, we're gonna add a little keyframe to the audio, and we can add another one at the start. And then we can just drag this all the way down so that it's on mute, so that when it plays it will start at mute and it will fade up. And to make this more prominent, you can add another keyframe, and you can make the fade a bit slow at first and then come up faster. And I like this effect, it gives it a better fade. Let me just play it for you. So because we didn't start the song at the start, it starts in the middle of the song, and to compensate for this we just add the fade. And it makes it sound a whole lot better than if we just played it from the start. And the last fade we're just going to add is at the end of the song, because it's going to fade out from the outro, and that will be the end of the video. So just going to come here to around about 1 minute of our clip, and we are going to add a keyframe here and another one at the end. I'm just going to drag this one, make sure it's at the end, and then we'll drag it all the way down so that's mute, and then we'll add another keyframe, and this one will drag down so that it slowly, at first it quickly fades out, and then it slowly fades out at the end. I'll let you just hear that. So as you can tell, that sounds really good in my opinion. And that is, we're almost done for our speed art. We've got the black bars, we've got the shake effect. We're just gonna add some fades, because as you can see, when it changes from the thumbnail to the speed art clip, it looks a bit blocky and chunky, which you don't really want in your speed art. That is going to look professional. So my favorite effect right now is to simply do a fade effect. To do that, we're just going to select when we want to fade. So first we're just going to do it on the intro. From here, maybe we'll put the fade to start and the fade endpoint. And then we right click here, not on transitions, we zoom in a bit. Right click, add effect, and we go out of DVE, and we'll add a mix. And here we'll add a blend, which in my opinion is the best effect in the Lightworks editor. And so what you want to do is you want to zoom in to make sure that you're right in the center of the two, where the two tracks join. And then from there you want to make sure keyframes are checked on, and that you have the opacity at 0. And this will make it black. But the keyframes will still be full at the end. So when you play it, it will fade from light down to black, and it will fade back in again. As you can see, that works really well. But as you might have noticed, when you come in, the black bars aren't present when it's fading. So another way to do the fade is to remove this. And what you want to do is you just want to add a fade directly to the thumbnail. Hold on, let me fix this up. You want to add a fade directly to the thumbnail, making sure you don't have any markers, because it will put the fade in those markers. So you add it directly to the thumbnail, and this will automatically have a fade on the video. But what you're going to do is put the cursor at the start of the video, and then add the keyframes. And here, because you're going to start it off at 0% at black, it's going to fade in. So you add, make the start and the first keyframe at 0%, and then you choose where you want the fade to end, and you click right there. And that'll be your next keyframe, and all you want to do from here is put the foreground opacity up to 100%. And this is better for speed arts where you have the black bars overlaid. So as you can see, when it fades, the black bars are already there. So that is a much better option. I'm not going to do the fades for the rest of the video, just because you kind of get the idea from that. Then the last thing you want to do is export your video, and I'll just show you how to do that now by going to edit and right clicking on the sequence box. You will find export here, and you can click to Vimeo or YouTube, YouTube, obviously, if it's a speed art, it's most likely going up to YouTube, so you want to upload it to YouTube. And here you want to choose your frame rate that you'll export in. I definitely recommend the highest frame rate you can do and the highest size you can do, because the best quality you have is the best. Region, ignore leading and trailing black, and what this does is if you have part of your video clip black at the end or at the start, it'll automatically ignore that and just cut it right to where the video starts. So you want to do that. And then you can just choose the folder where you want to download it to, and choose the name of your clip. Another thing you can do is upload directly to YouTube, which you just click. You put in your username and your password, and you add the tags and stuff, and they'll upload it directly to YouTube when you've done that. So that is really useful, and once you've done that, press start. It will start exporting, and you'll be ready to upload it to YouTube. So guys, before I go, I do just want to show you how to add one more effect to your speed arts, and that is a magic bullet look effect. You may have heard of these, you probably have. They're really popular and they're so versatile and so dynamic. I definitely recommend them. They give a great look to your designs and your video editing. They're perfect to use and they're free to download as far as I know. I think sometimes you have to pay, but you can get them for free. But I know that some people might, if you don't want to pay, or you might be adhering to downloading things off the internet, and I completely understand that, so I'm going to be showing you how to add a magic bullet look effect without magic bullet looks. So what you want to do is go into VFX, and you want to make sure that you click on your thumbnail speed art or whatever speed art you have, and you want to go to effects, add, and you want to go to color. You want to make sure you go down to color correction, and this is super simple to add. So just going to add a simple color correction. The first thing we want to change is the gamma, and for this we just want to make it 0.95, and this will, you might not notice it, but it just darkens the image slightly. Then the other effects you want to add is the gain. You want to make this -15, and this will darken it quite a bit. And the main thing we're doing here is just simply darkening it. And then you go into HSV, and you change the value to -5. And this will really darken it, as you can tell. This is perfect when you add a focus light. I'm not going to show you how to do that, but it's super simple. You just add a video track above the thumbnail track and below the black bars track, and you'll have your focus light, same as what you do on any design. You'd have it here, and it really accentuates what you're designing in the middle. It's super good for that. As you can see, when you remove these, it's just a lot lighter, in my opinion. This gives it, like, with the darker tone, it's more of a film look, especially when you add that focus light at the top. But that is how you add magic bullet looks effects to your video, to your speed art without magic bullet looks. So guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and you're now able to find your own editing style for your speed arts. So if you learned something in this tutorial, make sure you smash that like button so I can keep making awesome tutorials for you guys. And if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed and shared the video. It'll really help the channel out. Anyway guys, have a great week and I'll see you in the next one.